Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the NBA coverage. Is exciting because we are winding down. The playoffs are upon us very, very soon. So, like usual, I'm going to go over the standings, a little bit of playoff pictures, statistical leaders, and I'm going to hand it over to Coach Calvin so he can break down what he is seeing in the NBA. All right, to start off, we're going to go standings. In the East, Cavs at number one, Boston at number two. Boston has closed the gap on the Cavaliers. Boston's only 4 games behind against the Cavs. Then we have New York Knicks at three, Pacers at four, Bucks at five, Pistons at six, Magic at seven, Hawks at eight, Bulls at nine, Heat at 10, Raptors 11, Nets 12, 76ers 13, Hornets 14, Wizards 15. The bottom five, Raptors, Nets, 76ers, Hornets, and Wizards have officially been eliminated from the playoff picture. In the West, we have OKC at one, Rockets at two, Lakers at three, Denver at four, Clippers at five, Warriors at six, Minnesota at seven, Grizzlies at eight, Kings at nine, Dallas at 10, Suns at 11, Trailblazers at 12, Spurs at 13, Pelicans at 14, Jazz at 15. The bottom four, Trailblazers, Spurs, Pelicans, Jazz have been eliminated from the playoffs. The Suns are still hanging in there because they have a chance to beat out Dallas for that 10th spot. Playoff picture right now in the first round, it's going to be the Knicks versus Pistons, Pacers versus Bucks, and the play-in is Orlando versus Hawks, Bulls versus Heat. In the West, first round, Lakers versus Warriors as of right now. Denver versus Clippers. The play-in is going to be between Timberwolves, Grizzlies, and the Kings and the Mavericks. Statistical leaders: SGA at 32.6 points per game for OKC. Rebounds per game, Sabonis for at 13.9 for Sacramento Kings. Assists, Trae Young, 11.6 for the Atlanta Hawks. Steals per game, Daniels for the Atlanta Hawks at 3. Blocks per game, Kessler, 2.4 for the Utah Jazz. Field goal percentage, Jared Allen, 71.2% for the Cavs. 3-point percentage, Prince, 44.1% for the Milwaukee Bucks. Free throws, Steph Curry at 93% from the free throw line for the Golden State Warriors. Minutes per game, Bridges, 37.6 for New York Knicks. Turnovers, Trae Young, 4.7 for the Atlanta Hawks. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Calvin. What are you seeing in the NBA?
So let's get into the play-in games and everything to fill out this bracket and all that. Um, Sheesh. Um, so I personally think that AC for the West between the Kings and Mavs
Mm-hmm.
is AD back?
Izzy, he is balling.
Okay, I think they got a chance. Um, I feel like they got a healthier bench than Sacramento. They don't have obviously Fox anymore.
Yeah,
Um, So yeah, that's that. Now, when it comes down to this Memphis team and then the
Timberwolves.
yeah, man, that's tough. Um, I'm gonna go out on a limb, man. I'm gonna say the Grizzlies. I don't know why, I just feel that way. I don't
Okay.
know. The and this is not the same. This is not the same Minnesota team either. You gotta take that into effect.
Yeah,
Last year, of course it's not. They're playing tournament shit.
yeah.
um, Now going over to the East and everything, I don't really know about the Bulls in Miami. I really don't. Um, like I said, in that trade and everything, they got Andrew Wiggins. Like I didn't expect really anything from him, to be honest, except to be like still a great player, but not that it factor of him blowing up for 40 points a night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna lean more towards. I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. What do you think?
I think the momentum the Bulls are playing with. I think I'd go Bulls.
All right, okay, that's fair enough. In Magic, I'm a bit Paulo fan, so yeah, I'm going with them. Shout out Garrison Matthews repping 615, but sorry, buddy, you got to come back to the house for the off season. So yeah,
Now, I do want to mention in the West, the fifth the fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth seed. So Clippers, Warriors, Timberwolves, Grizzlies, they are all 8 games behind the fourth spot. So literally between spots 4 and 8, it is a game and a half difference. And there are plenty of games to be made to where we could see a completely different lineup here between those teams. The Lakers at third seed, they are 2 games ahead between the Clippers, Warriors, Timberwolves, Grizzlies. They are a game and a half ahead.
Right now.
Yeah, they're a game and a half against the Denver Nuggets. So even with Lakers, if they slip up from 3 all the way to 8, we could see a completely different matchup going into the playoffs. So there is an airtight race right there from literally 3 to 8, which is going to be crazy. In the East, it's a little tight between the ninth, eighth, seventh, and seventh seeds. So Magic, Hawks, Bulls, and even Miami, they're all separated by 2.5 games. So we could see some movement there between 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, all that's really going to do is just change up the playing tournament picture because between Pistons at the 6th seed and Magic at the 7th seed, it is a 5.5 game difference. So I don't think that one's going to move too much. So I think 1 through 6 in the East are pretty much set, and it's really going to be just matchup. It's going to be matchup or lineup. It's going to be different between 7 to 10. So it's going to be tight right there.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited to see in the West just like a young two actually, yeah, really two young teams that have made the playoffs in the Thunder and the Rockets, man. Um,
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see that. Um, dude, I don't know what it is, but like when I like obviously when I watch basketball and everything, I watch like the movement, like who's cutting everything. If there's ever, and I've been wanting to ask you, if there's ever a time that when I come down there, we got to go to Houston to catch a Rockets game. I got to see one of the twins play.
yeah,
Watch him play, bro.
yeah.
It is so he plays almost like Josh Hart, but just he's just way more athletic. Just
Hmm.
ball and everything like that, man. I mean, his brother's good too, but I don't know which one's which. I know it's Azur and A-Man. I think A-Man's with the Rockets, I think. But bro, like it's have you watched this like how like he's just shifty and he just his athleticism off of one
Yeah,
foot?
he's quick. He's quick and
Bro,
explosive.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's quick and explosive. Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time. I do. I'm not gonna do it. Never mind.
What?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I am I am kind of disappointed with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has
Is this what
been,
y'all were talking about in the group chat? I was at work today. I didn't get to comment.
yeah. So Stephen A. Smith, he's fair. He's known for keeping it fair. And so what's interesting is, I didn't bring this up. Mark brought up the whole Bronny and Braun stuff. And anytime Braun has a lapse or has not that good of a game, Stephen A. makes sure that the world knows. And he does that with more than just LeBron. I wasn't going to bring up LeBron, but Mark brought LeBron into it. He does that with Kawhi Leonard. He does it with you know Giannis. I mean, any superstar you name it, he'll do that for. He'll do that with. But the last game the Warriors had against the oh my god, dude, it was yesterday. Who they play? The Warriors played the Rockets. Steph Curry had 3 points in 33 minutes. He shot 1 for 10. He was 10% from the field. And so I was expecting today for
He had
them
three
to.
points the whole game.
He had 3 points the whole game, right? And so I was expecting Stephen A.
Damn.
to get on his platform and to do what he does with all the other elite players and calls out his bad performance. You know what they did? They went over the game. They talked about it. All they said was if Steph didn't have a good shooting night. And the next segment, they were saying, is Steph Curry the biggest threat in the NBA? Or who fears Steph Curry the most? Something like that. I actually have a screenshot. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. It was, is Steph Curry the most feared player in the NBA? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a Steph Curry fan. I have his jersey. I'm a big Steph Curry fan.
I mean, like
But
when I
is your
like when I hear Steph Curry, I'm not thinking about like, oh shit, if he's around the rim, he gonna put one on my head. But like, no, like I wouldn't get scared, but it's just like, hey, like, no,
well,
you want to guard
that's
that
not even
motherfucker.
that's not even the point. The point is, why does Stephen A not get on his high horse like he does for every other player and talk about Steph Curry's poor performance? I looked for it. I looked for it. They didn't. I saw other people talk about it, but I didn't see. Now again, if he did, I apologize. I didn't see it, but I looked for it. He didn't say one single word about Steph Curry having 3 points. All I'm saying is you got to keep that energy with everybody, right? Like if you're gonna call out everybody else and have a bad game, why didn't you do it with Steph Curry? 3 points. He played 33 minutes, 3 points. He didn't play 5 minutes and got hurt. He played 33 minutes, shot 1 for 10 from the field, had 3 points. He had a bucket and a free throw. Where's this energy at? So I'm a
You know
little
what I think?
disappointed that he didn't call him out when he'll call everybody else out.
You know what I think? I think he knows, especially with LeBron. And LeBron knew this, like whether you want to admit or not. With LeBron, when he said he wants his son to play with him in the league, everybody was like, he's going to get his son to play with him. Everybody knew that. And then once the time started coming and everything, it started fruition out and everything like that. And people didn't like it. I think Stephen A. Smith picks at people that he knows he can get a reaction out of. And
That's not.
I
I
really
under. Yeah.
and I really think and it's weird too that he says that shit about Kawhi. Kawhi does not care. Kawhi does not talk, bro. Why do you keep on bragging like saying shit about that man? Like he has not responded back to him or anything.
Well,
But
my thing is, I don't have a problem with his critiques, but I want him to critique everybody with that same energy. So this doesn't even have nothing to do with LeBron. It has nothing to do with Kawhi. It's about keeping that same energy with all the elite players.
okay,
Steph
I got a
had
question.
3 points
I got a question. Who do you think is the face of the NBA, LeBron or Steve or Steph? Steph.
between the two.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron. This has nothing to do with LeBron. Steph Curry is a walking legend. Steph Curry and LeBron James are one of the only two players that they could put them in the Hall of Fame and they still be playing. My problem is because Kawhi's never the face of the NBA, but he criticizes Kawhi.
True.
When Joel Embiid has a bad game, he criticizes Joel Embiid. When
Yeah,
Anthony Davis has a bad, it doesn't matter about who's the face. When Anthony Davis has a bad game, when Kyrie has a bad game, when Luka has a bad game, when Giannis has a bad game, he'll criticize. If God for if bro, if any of these all stars came out and had 3 points, Stephen A would have a whole 30-minute segment on it. But instead, they're going to talk about is Steph Curry the most feared? He just had 3 points. All I'm saying is keep that same energy. That's all. I'm just disappointed that he's not keeping that same energy because if it had been any other player, it would have been a problem. He would have talked about it for 30 minutes. If Karl Anthony Towns had 3 points in 33 minutes, you don't think Stephen A
He
would
would have
have a
ate
whole
him up.
segment?
No, no homo.
You said what?
I said he would have ate him up, and I said no
That's
homo.
what I'm saying, bro.
He would have.
Keep the same. All I'm saying is keep that same energy, bro. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Keep that same energy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he does it because he knows he can get a reaction out of some people.
And I'm saying I disagree with that. Or I'm saying you can get a react. You can still do that to get a reaction, but you still have to do your job. And if you're known for holding players accountable, hold it accountable for everybody, or at least the all stars of the league. Maybe if it's a guy that's a bench player, he might not. Okay, sure, but an all star, Stephen Curry, come on, bro. All I'm saying is he doesn't even. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm still a little disappointed. I shout out Stephen A. though. I still think he's the best to do it. I am a fan, but I'm just a little disappointed that he's not keeping that same energy with Steph Curry. That's all. 3 points. Come on, bro.
That's fair.
He just dropped 50. He dropped 56 last month, and he just dropped three. When he dropped 56, he was all over him. Steph Curry's the best player. He's my number. 3 points. Where you at? Crickets? You think
Is
if MJ
that his
had three
favorite
points
player?
that come
Is
on,
that
bro?
his
Huh?
favorite player?
Huh?
Is that his favorite player?
I don't know. I think MJ's his favorite player. That's all I'm saying, bro. You got anything else for the people before we sign off?
No. Who I know we're talking about NBA, but who you got for this college basketball? Are
Whoever's
you
winning,
watching?
whoever's winning, bro. Uh, give me Florida. They're down. I want them to have a comeback. Give me Florida. SEC.
Bro, Memphis. I said Memphis, my fault. Houston. What the fuck? Boy. Um, nah, what's it called? Houston's they some dogs, bro. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard it here. NBA coverage. Catch you guys next time.
I'm gonna chase my dream.